news, Robert Logan is returning to court to appeal his case. Proof that you can never keep a Logan down. Turning on the Eden Falls Christmas lights with special guests Maya Hirsch and Delilah Logan. Well, I was about to say strap in as we delve into Chapter 4, A Home of His Own. Recovering from the destruction of both your family homes at the hands of Magnus Logan, Darla, you and your old friend Eli stirred from your hospital beds and went in search of your fathers, both having been caught in the smoke and flames. Finding their shared room, Amadi, Eli's father, revealed that he blamed himself for getting you all mixed up in the Logans back in March. The black box that had started all of this. He had been the one to deliver it into the hands of Robert Logan, believing it to be too dangerous to stay in the Loop's possession, and had been assured by the industrialist that the box would be destroyed. Of course, this was not the case. But with Eli promising to bring all of this to an end, Amadi gifted his son with an item taken from his workplace. A universal dimmer switch of sorts, capable of boosting and diminishing magnetrine waves and electricity in a localized area. But as the two talked, and as you arrived with your mother, Amelia, Darla, suddenly your father began to convulse as his heart monitor flatlined. And under the encouragement of your friends, you stayed by his side until the nurses were able to revive him. And he was stabilized. For now. The final fallout from the attack now steadied, your focus turned to the Logans and their interest in relocating an imprisoned Robert Logan from Eden Falls County to somewhere further afield. As you left the hospital to investigate, you were met by John Logan, Eli's old school friend, who revealed that Stuart Matson, the former head of Logan Security, was holding a meeting at their estate that very evening. Accompanied by Artie, though with Drake still nowhere to be seen, the three of you headed to the Hawk Cave, the hideout you had not visited in over a month, where you assembled tools and a plan before making your way to the Logan estate. Sneaking inside, Darla, you confronted Magnus, shooting him in the leg with a crossbow bolt for good measure, and managing to place the seed of doubt in Delilah Logan's head about her father and his motivations. Eli, overhearing the plans to spring Robert Logan from a prison convoy, disrupted Matson and his mercenaries from embarking on said mission by utilizing the dimmer his father had given him, knocking out Matson for good measure. And Amelia, you found in one of the barns an empty, free-standing door, inside of which you saw a very familiar sight, a tear in reality. And through this, you saw a desolated landscape, Eden Falls in ruins, over which towered gigantic metal tripods. As the electricity around the estate went down, cutting short this nightmarish vision, you all fled with Matson still in hand. And tying the man to a tree, Eli swung by the hospital to check on his family, where he found them loading up a car. For the family's safety, they were leaving Eden Falls. Returning to the group, Eli said his goodbyes to each of you, none of you knowing when you would see one another again. And leaving Matson in your custody, Eli drove off with his family into the sunrise, his one final act helping you prevent Robert Logan from being reunited with his family. But absent from all of this was your friend, Drake. As the previous night, watching your friend turn over her Yale invitation in her head, much of this inner turmoil also being voiced out loud, hurriedly and panicked, Drake, you watched as Amelia eventually, through worry, exhaustion, or anxiety, or maybe even a heady mix of all of the above, slowly descended upon a nearby sofa and fell asleep. You stood alone in the house, although you feel the presence of Amelia's mother in the adjacent room.
It's tough, huh? I'll look around the room for a blanket or something, and then slowly put it on top of her, watching her as she like kind of snores a little bit and then drools down her cheek. Just being like, okay, I should probably go.
You turn and you see in the doorway, dressing gown wrapped around her, Amelia's mother. She just watches. You get the impression from her expression she has probably been watching you just delicately tuck Amelia into sleep, and you're very welcome to stay. It's very late, and we've more than enough food for breakfast in the morning if you would like to save
I
yourself a
appreciate.
walk home.
I'll be fine, but thank you. I appreciate that. Just make sure she gets some sleep. She stresses a lot, so.
She's very grateful for all of you,
We're definitely grateful for her. So it's mutual.
She looks over at the sofa and you see sort of a little bit of drool just down Amelia's cheek, and she smiles, and yes, she's a very special girl.
Yeah, more than probably anyone knows. Definitely better, more than she knows, but
well, don't be shy about reminding her.
I won't.
Good night, Drake.
Thank you for inviting me and everything.
She just reaches out and squeezes your arm, and you're welcome anytime.
Thanks.
And she walks you to the door.
Just grab my stuff and look back. You have a very warm home. I can see why Amelia turned out how she did. All right. I'm sure I'll see you again. So have a good night.
I hope so. Good night. The door just closes behind you as you stand outside in the chilly air of Eden Falls.
I'll take a deep breath, contemplate where I should go. I think I'll run down to whoever's house is. Well, I don't know where Eli lives, so I'll head down to Darla's home to see if I can see what happened.
As you approach, you are met with a plume of smoke rising up into the skies. You see blue lights, fire engines, cop cars. The fire has dimmed now. It is out. There is ash. There are barely 4 walls standing anymore, but you see in amongst the wreckage. Make a comprehend check for me.
Yes, sir.
You can get one.
0. I'll just say I don't understand anything.
Would you like to borrow a bless?
No, I have a few, but I'm gonna save them for whatever nonsense Ed has.
What do you mean?
Well,
This GM?
you see, you see burnt out remains of furniture. You see torn up, curling carpets of grey and black. You see what look to be the remains of several beds. One large double, and you also see in 2 separate shells of rooms, connected by an adjoining bathroom, or the remains of the. You see 2 rooms with twin beds in, which are burnt away and black. And you can see firefighters just stepping through the wreckage and just clearing aside any debris. Whatever crowds there were have long since dispersed at this hour.
While I'm standing there, sweat starting to build up on my body, hands tense a little bit. Can see that there's like no bodies, I guess. That's a good thing. It must be at the hospital. I hope they're at the hospital. I don't know. Hope they're okay. Since no one's there, I'll head back to my house, I guess. No one to talk to, no one to check on. But I can't be here for long. And it's cold.
You head home, walking the cold streets, your footsteps echoing out against the dry, cold air. Street lamps overhead, your shadows stretching forward and back, and forward and back under each streetlight you walk under. Until eventually you come to your house, and there is something different about it. A sight you do not often see. A car is parked outside. Your father's car.
Tom? Good timing. I looked through the window of the car just to see, just because curious. Sure, there's nothing in there because he's a neat freak, kind of. So no signs of like takeout or extra clothes or anything.
Make an investigate check for me.
Okay. I'll use one bless this time. So, 1 success.
You see nothing particularly out of the ordinary, and for a moment you almost head off. And then you see, just down by the floor of the passenger compartment, what looks to be a thoroughly leafed, and you also see sort of post-it notes sticking out. A copy of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. It looks like a college text.
Wait. With that, I'll run to the door. Or not run, but a quick jaunt to the door. A little happier than I was a few seconds ago. Just burst into the front door.
As you do so, and as you are met with, for the first time since entering your house in a very long time, the kitchen light on, you see two figures sat at the table. One is your father, and the other... Drake, would you like to describe your sister Lily to us?
So, my sister Lily is like 5'8". She's around 22-ish. She's looks like me, but a little thinner, a little nicer skin, a little prettier. She has long hair. Like her hair goes down to the center of her back. Relatively straight compared to my like a little bit of wave that I have. Olive skin, similar to mine. She, unlike me, has like these hazel green eyes that make her stand out compared to like the dark features she has. And then she just has like this aura of chaotic calm. There's like a weird energy about her where it's like you feel like you could get sucked in, but then she's very calming and sweet at the same time. It's a nice, welcoming energy when you're near her.
As this energy fills the room, an energy that you have not felt in this house for a long time, and as the door opens, she turns in your direction. Both of them do, but it is her who immediately, pushing her chair back, her face beaming, just runs into you and just throws her arms around you and just, oh my god, it's so good to see you.
I missed you. I just squeeze her and then pick her up a little bit.
Oh my god,
ground.
you've been working out. Oh my god, hey.
I just missed you. It's been a minute.
You feel a heavy hand on your shoulder as your dad walks forward, still wearing his pilot uniform, and... Hey, son.
Hey, Dad. I didn't know you guys were coming home.
Well, we thought it would make for a nice Christmas surprise. I made sure it was my last flight, and, made sure I was her pilot.
Of course,
So,
of course you did.
Well, a guy's got to be able to pull a couple of strings.
Well, it's really good you're both here, especially now.
Yeah, where were you? We saw on our way in, out the window, we saw smoke from a couple of areas. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, but that was my friend's house.
Oh, Jesus, are they okay?
Yeah, I don't know. We were all out in the woods, and then we heard something, so they went home. And then I was with one of my other friends helping her back to her place, and I don't know what happened to them, but I swung by their place and I didn't see anyone there, but their house is it's just ash. It's, it's gone.
Jesus. I mean, I guess you'll see them at school, hopefully, or I mean, we can swing, but Dad, we can, yeah, no, of course we can keep an eye on the news and just check.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Everyone was gone, like fire department, police, everything. So if they're gone, things must be okay.
Hey, come down, come. Let's sit. Let's sit as a family. Either you want any brandy at all? I feel this is a celebration.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. And he heads over and he reaches up above the cupboard. A place which you, Drake, have been able to reach for a very long time, but old habits die hard, and your dad just brings down a small bottle of brandy and just starts to pour out a couple of glasses, and as he does so, Lily just squeezes your arm but you're okay? Oh, Drake, we've lost you. Oh,
Yeah,
you lost me.
surprisingly, I'm okay. But you being here, it definitely helps.
Well, had to make it back for Christmas, and you and Dad.
So are you gonna be here till Christmas? Till New
Yeah,
Year's?
yeah, no. I mean, term time doesn't start again till after New Year's, so I reckon, especially if I can get a free lift with Dad, I'll stick around for as long as I can. So how's Jenkins High? How's Miss Sparrow? How's Janice? She's still cranky.
Janice is great.
Yeah.
Miss Sparrow was I think there was multiple fires tonight, and I think one of them was hers.
Oh, Jesus, really?
I was with her son Elijah. I don't know if you ever met him.
Yeah, no, I remember Eli. I remember last year I was at Jenkins High. He was like this tiny little guy, and then my last year he just shut up.
Yeah, he's
But
huge. He's a big oaf of a man now.
so you have someone to look up to now, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Just a little
Yeah.
bit. He's like not that much big, but yeah.
And she just gives you a playful nudge as your dad just sets down 3 glasses. Well, it's really nice to have you both in the same room. Cheers.
Cheers.
So I also have some news. Good news. Just before I headed off to grab this one, I have had a job offer.
Oh,
So when I got in a few nights ago, I found this waiting in my pigeonhole. And he reaches off to one side and out of his pilot jacket just brings out an envelope and pushes it forward to the two of you. So it's another pilot job. They have a jet kitted out with latest in magnetrine technology. It's amazing, truly. But more importantly, it's private. It's triple what I earn now. I won't have to be away for nearly as long, and I'll be able to spend more time at home. with you.
That sounds amazing. We'd still be here in Eden Falls. We wouldn't have to move or anything.
Apparently not, at least for the time being. But yeah, and he just reaches in and brings out this job offer. And you see an offer of employment to work as a private pilot. And there are a whole bunch of schematics in there, a lot of sort of plain jargon you don't necessarily understand. And you see the salary, and it is hefty. But you also see the employer at the top of the piece of paper. Logan Industries. And your dad just points it in. And better yet, to welcome us into the family, they're looking to fly out to the East Coast for the new year. They want me to fly them. And they understand, obviously, I have family as well, so they've extended an invitation for the two of you to join as well. So, what do you say? New Year in New York.
That sounds amazing. Seeing the ball drop in New York has always been kind of a dream, but, I already kind of have plans for New Year's. Yeah, there's this girl. We're kind of getting close, and so I don't want to ruin it or anything.
You immediately just feel this nudge as Lily goes, okay, who?
But no, yeah, the Logans, huh? So they randomly hit you up for this job?
Yeah, I mean, according to the letter, they've been scoping out for local pilots, and they saw my record, and they seemed to like what they saw, and yeah, I mean, they're the Logans. They've been here longer than we have. They have, I mean,
Yeah.
they got deep pockets, and yeah, it means.
Do you know which part of the Logans, or like which one? I went to school with, or I go to school with John, or I guess he's graduated now, but I went to school with John. Logan.
Lovely. I mean, truth be told, I think I'm just going to be working for the company. I mean, I say that, I haven't said yes. I wanted to talk to the both of you about it, but it means while I will be at their beck and call, they make it very, very clear that this means that my time, for the most part, is my own. They don't travel that much. They just need someone to get them from point A to point B whenever they need, so it means I don't. And he gestures towards the tree without decorations and without lights. It means I don't have to be away quite so much, which, I'm getting older. I don't necessarily want to spend most of my time kilometers above the earth,
Yeah. I get it, and I want you here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't want you here. It's just it's a lot of money.
It is. We could potentially move out of this place. Even I know Eden Falls has been very kind to us, but I mean, we could move close to you, Lily. And Lily just nods thoughtfully, but make a contact check for me, Drake.
2 success. Natural.
She is looking at you with an air of... She can tell something's up. Your sister has always been very good at reading you, but so have you of her. And your eyes meet for a moment, and there is a moment of understanding as she just... It's really late, Dad. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow? as a family. Also, I've just got in. I'm really tired. I just need to get used to this coast. That's okay.
Yeah,
And
no, I agree. It's late, and I'm so happy you guys are here. You have no idea. But yeah, I mean, there's no rush, right, Dad?
no, God, no, none at all. But they just need to know next week or so, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
got time, but we can talk it over. But
Yeah.
anyway, tomorrow, before school for you, young man, I will treat us to breakfast. But in the meantime, I'll leave the two of you to catch up. Also, your sister needs some help carrying some luggage. And he steps up and just leans in and kisses Lily on the forehead, and then wraps his arm around you, Drake, and just gives you a squeeze and kisses your head as well. And all right, night.
Night, Dad. So, luggage? Your usual
How about
5 bags? Or did you actually get a suitcase this time?
no? I got a suitcase, but how about instead of luggage, why don't we talk about the baggage that you seem to be carrying around? Because what's up?
Where do I even start? I mean, okay, so there was a lot of stuff that happened right before Halloween with the Logans, specifically with. Well, I made some friends. I told you about that last time we talked, but
Didn't tell me about a girl, though.
I, I was just trying to get Dad off my case. But
Mm.
you know, there's people out there. But yeah, so I mean, she's cool, but it's not like that. But anyway, the Logans, and I just try to like shift the conversation to be not.
She allows it. She allows it.
Yeah, so the Logans were into some weird experimental tech with the loop, and they're causing a lot of problems. Our school basically like got ripped apart, or the football field at least got ripped apart because of these tremors, and they were kind of the cause of it. And those houses that blew up today were pretty sure the Logans are responsible for that. But then it's weird because John is really nice, and then his mom, I don't know what our relationship is, but she's nice to us for the most part, but then at the same time, they're like threatening us and doing things, and I don't know. It's a weird family, so I want Dad to be safe and sure that he's working for the right side of the family before he takes the job.
Do you think he should?
I mean, kind of like, I don't know, that's stupid and reckless and selfish, but
no,
I miss
more
him,
money would be good. And yeah, like you say.
Yeah, the money is nice, but like just being local more than once a month or once every 3 months, would be pretty nice. And then you could come back when you graduate, maybe. I mean, you don't have to come back here, but to the West Coast, so it's not so far.
Yeah, I've missed you both. I've really missed you.
Me too. Especially with all this stuff. It just, yeah, it's a lot. And you know how I am with fire and everything.
Yeah. She reaches out and just grabs your hand and squeezes. Can't really remember the last time we had a honest to God Lee family Christmas.
Yeah. Me either. It was at least 6 years ago, if not more. Even when you were still here for high school, Dad was always gone. So, and then you were too cool for me when you were a senior, so you just went out with your friends. It's fine. I get
Well,
it. I get it.
No. You forget. You were going through your stoic, silent. Well, I mean, you're still in that period, I think. But although remember, remember a couple of Christmases ago, it was before I left. I was still too short, and I cracked my head open on the kitchen table because you were trying to lift me to the brandy.
I mean, you know, I thought I could. You're pretty small, so
You were so bad at stitches.
I'm still sorry. You don't have a scar left, do you? Or it's not that
No,
bad?
I've had to
Oh, that's
adopt
bad.
my
That's really
hairstyle.
bad.
It's really
Oh my gosh,
bad. It's like half the reason I have bangs now. Oh,
that was the last time I went for it, you know? After that, I was like,
yeah, no. Stone cold
nope.
sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
It's really
You
good
know,
you're
Dad.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
you
happy.
too. So 3 more days of school until you're done, and then we can just, you know.
I think
I
so.
mean, I'd love to meet your friends.
Yeah, I'd love to introduce you.
Yeah, especially any girlfriends you have. Also, Dad wasn't kidding about the luggage. I do actually need help grabbing stuff from the car.
Yeah, I can go get it now. But yeah, I'll introduce you to. There's this one girl that I think you would really mesh with. Her name's Darla.
Okay.
It'd be fun to watch you
And
guys interact.
okay.
But yeah, there's some others that you can meet too. And then my friend Nico comes back from he's freaking brilliant, but he's at like a nerd camp right now. But he should be back soon, and then you guys can geek out on like all your philosophy and science and everything that you're into. I'm sure he'd
I
love to
am
ask you about college
in.
because he's either going to go to college or he's going to just skip it because he's too smart and he doesn't need to go. And he'll just be in class with his teachers being like, I know that's not right.
I'm really glad you found people. It's good.
It is. It. There's so much I want to tell you, but it's so unbelievable. I don't even think you would believe me. But the way we all met was a fun adventure, but pretty dangerous. Like I got a scar on the back of my head from how I met them too. So,
Oh Jesus!
you know, we are siblings.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We match again.
She gives you a light punch on the arm, and
All right, I'm gonna go get your bags.
well, I'm gonna start getting my room ready. But if I don't see you in the morning before you go to school, meet you after.
Sounds good. I don't know if I'm gonna go to school tomorrow.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
there's a lot, and I want to check on my friends, see if they're good. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know though.
Okay. Well, I will.
I'll leave you a note in that special spot so that Dad doesn't know.
Okay, sounds good. I'll ask him to refamiliarize myself with the town. Just keep him distracted. Okay.
That works.
She just holds a hand out for a little fist bump. And she, okay, see you in a bit. And she heads to her room.
I'll grab my dad's keys off the counter, and then head out to pop the trunk, grab her bag, go in the front and grab that H.G. Wells Time Machine book. So I'm assuming it's hers.
It is. You can see several underlined passages as well.
Just look at it for a little bit and be like, her and Amelia would get along really well. Although I do think Post-its are much better than earmarking the book. It's just safer.
So as you bring all of the luggage in, and as the night wears on, eventually Lily says goodnight. The sun rises on a new day. What are you doing with your day?
I'll start off the day with my normal routine, even though I'm in my head about feelings and worrying about everybody, but I'll still do my push-ups and my sit-ups because it grounds me for the day. And then I'll kind of pace around in my room for a little bit, trying to figure out what I want to do. If I'm going to go to the hospital or if I'm going to do what I think I'm going to do. So I make up my mind, and then I'm going to go to the kitchen where my dad is, I'm assuming, because he said he was going to make breakfast, so I'm hoping there's some breakfast.
Oh, there's so much breakfast. Your dad is making up for lost time. There are sizzling sausages, and you can see the grill over the bacon. It's you smell it before you see it.
Damn, that smells good.
Yeah,
You went all out.
Well, you're growing. Still,
That's
great.
true.
But yeah, feel free to help yourself. Plate up. There's more on its way.
I'm going to plate my breakfast, but I'm going to basically do like 3 servings worth on one plate, so it's just piled up. Just because when I make it, I don't have enough time to do all this, so I'm taking advantage of there being this much food. And then sit at the counter and just guzzle it.
Your dad, you notice, moves the envelope with the Logan logo on just out of the way and just places it on the side table. And so, classes today, what do you have?
Just the usual. English, math, science, history, my electives. Yeah, should be a normal day.
Gleason still giving you shit?
Yes, he will not stop. He's like a dog with a bone. And then now that he has a grudge, he's just, according to John Logan too, he says Gleason never lets go of a grudge. So I'm guessing until I graduate, maybe even after, he's gonna just be a jerk.
Yeah, and he looks in the direction of your sister's bedroom door, which is still closed. And yeah, I remember Lily saying he was a real prick as well. But
Yeah,
leopards, spots.
yeah, pretty much. I'm sure he probably holds a grudge against her too for being on the water polo team and then me not wanting to join his teams.
Well, his loss is everyone else is getting. And hey, it means I don't, now that I'm going to be around a bit more, I don't lose you to football games. I don't,
Yeah.
So I was thinking, with all of us back, after school, maybe we could decorate the tree. We can put up a couple of decorations. We can, make the home feel a little bit more like a home.
Yeah, I love that. I might have to work today after school. Still teaching.
Oh, the jujitsu. Yeah. No.
Or taekwondo, but yeah. It's close enough.
God, yeah. No, sorry. But yeah, you still teaching kids, right?
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Hey, yeah, it's fun raising the young or whatever, providing a good structure for them.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
one of the kids, I taught the kids how to do a 540 jump around house, and like one of the kids actually could do it, which is surprising because they can only jump like a foot off the ground, and being able to like do it is pretty neat.
First job.
Yeah, it's a good one though.
You like teaching?
I like I like teaching people who like to learn, I think. And there's an earnest in learning with these kids that is fun.
I remember it was the same with you and Lily. Or something your mom and I talked about quite a lot. Just how much we learned just in raising the both of you. Just an open-eyed approach to everything.
Yeah, I wish I could learn more from her.
Wow.
But Lily talks about her, or used to talk about her a lot, so kind of feel like I got to know her.
She liked to teach too. I think you're more like it than you realize.
I guess I got that from her.
Sure as shit didn't get it from me. I'm awful at teaching people. You should see these new pilots. They don't know a goddamn thing.
I mean, they have less experience than you, so.
True. Right? You need a lift?
No, I can run. I need the
Okay.
exercise anyway, right? After that breakfast, I got to burn off some calories.
Just sort of pats your stomach playfully and, okay, up and at 'em, big guy.
Thanks. As I get up, give my dad a hug. Gonna look at the envelope over his shoulder a little bit. Try to see if I can glean anything from it.
Make an investigate.
Yeah, one success.
One success. Okay.
From my
So,
investigate.
you would see that the time. So your father mentioned that the first thing he would have to do as a private pilot would be to fly the Logan family out to the West Coast. You notice that the dates are exactly the same as those that Amelia was being invited out to Yale.
Suspicious. Still hugging my dad. They're like, okay, well, I should get going. And then as I let go, I just turn and grab my jar of money that I've been saving up. And then just stuff it in my bag real quick. Not really making a big deal of it, just grabbing it, because for all my dad knows, it's just the money I've been holding there for lunch or something.
So you head on out.
Yeah.
Money in hand. And what does your day look like?
So the first thing is I'm gonna walk down to the direction where school would be to make it look like I'm going to school. Maybe a block or two. And then from there, once I'm a little bit farther away from home and I know Dad can't see me ditching, gonna head to the mall where all the kids are buying the neural link things.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about this.
So, you approach Eden Falls Mall, heading through the streets and into this giant structure of glass and metal and plastic, and you see everywhere there are stores, there are shops, you can see an arcade as well, and there is a cacophony of noise all around you. You do not see a great many kids. Most of them are at school today, but you do see very, very young toddlers with parents. You see adults doing last-minute Christmas shopping. You can see decorations strewn throughout this hall. You see polished floors of tiles. You see escalators moving up. You can see lifts off in the distance. You can see that this interior structure is around 3 floors of just glass-fronted stores. And walking through, eventually you come to a fairly large electronics store. You see in the window a number of different models of gardening robots and house cleaning robots. You can see a number are walking around in front, and a couple of people are sort of testing out a number of features, but you also see displayed in the window, displayed on mannequins and on a variety of different head models, neurocasters. These strange sort of devices that cover half the head and basically come up in this almost duck bill-esque shape. And you can see that behind these mannequins there are just boxes upon boxes upon boxes. This is a huge release, and for as many as there are, they are being taken off the shelf as quickly as they can be put on. You can see people walking out with these boxes of neurocasters. You can see some with 2, sometimes even 3. They are also very, very expensive as well. This is a huge release.
I'm gonna see if I can find a worker. I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Okay.
Actually, let me look at the box first. I'm gonna grab a box and then just see if there's any information on the box about the product itself.
Okay. So there will be some information you'll just get for free, but in terms of anything additional, if you can make an investigate check for me.
Becca with the extra blesses.
Yes. How many do you want? Take all of them.
Let me check.
We're gonna make you 60.
You also
I
have a
got
lot
one
of
success.
blesses.
Yes.
So I guess 1 bless, so I can have 2 successes.
Absolutely, they're
Okay.
yours.
So, you see on the front this large kind of this large graphic of a family all wearing neurocasters, all pointing off in the same direction, laughing and holding one another. You also see under the word neurocaster, you see the words "Enter the Electric State," and you also see just in the corner of this bright orange box a small logo for Howdy Electronics. And you see that the logo is of a pale, smiley face with rosy cheeks and a button nose and a quiff of black hair. And they're sort of like winking in the direction of the viewer. With your additional successes, you turn the box over and you see that essentially what it is displayed as being is it's basically a neural network. It is an opportunity to meet and talk and discuss, basically much as people do in the real world, but you're able to do so in a virtual environment. It is essentially, for a modern comparison, it's basically a working version of what Zuckerberg wants Meta to be. It is like you are able to explore different environments of your own imagination, and you are able to drag people into it. The electric state is essentially whatever you want it to be, but the big thing that it is built at, it is making your dreams come true. You also see a couple of other things. There are parental locks on there, so there are the option for, because a lot of kids will probably want these, there are parental options and controls. You also see that Howdy Electronics is based further up the Californian coast. It is based in San Francisco. That is probably everything you can glean from it.
Okay. I will don't think I would talk to the person anymore if I could read all that, because I'm just gonna assume that it can do what I think it can do. So I'm just gonna grab 2 of them and then hope I had saved enough money, because I've been saving for a big purchase.
Gosh, it would be very cruel if I said you couldn't. But narratively,
Dad said
I'm
no.
very interested to see where this goes. So you head on over to the counter and you buy, and you see a large, bulky individual behind the desk. An individual that you swear you recognize from a year or so older, probably around John's age, as a worker called Bradley just goes, "All right, have a great day," and just hands over your change and, "Okay, bye. Merry Christmas."
Thanks. Merry Christmas to you too. I'm just gonna look at my change and like take a huge sigh. And I'm like, God, I hope this works. And then put it away. And then put my change away, not the other stuff. And then I'm gonna head over to my cabin, pretty much.
Okay. You head on out of the mall and you head in the direction of Eden Forest. And you're walking for a long time. Out through the city center or the town center, out into the suburbs, past the Hawk Cave, and out into Eden Forest until eventually you come to your small cabin in the woods. Oh, you're muted,
Can't hear you.
I think.
Now that I'm here, I'm going to set one down and then open up the other one. And then inspect it a little bit. This
Make
tech is weird.
Make a program or calculate, whichever you would rather.
The same either way. Once. 0 success.
0 success.
I'll use
Would you like some help?
how many blesses, or how much do I need to get it, Sam?
Basically, the amount of successes that you get will dictate how much you can glean from this technology.
Yeah, you need 3 blesses to get 1 success, or 6 blesses to get 2, since you only have 2 dice.
Would you like 3?
I'll take 2 and I'll use one of my own.
Deal.
Okay, so 1 success.
1 success. So you see that around the rim of this strange kind of like baseball cap design, there is a single strip of blue light against this white, semi like plasticky material that the Neurocaster is constructed from. And you see that there is a very simple button at the back, which as you press it, you see that this blue strip comes to life, and there is a very soft humming sound that just... You see that everything is very sleek, very self-explanatory as you look it over, and you see that there is a small paper manual that comes with it as well. And you see that its battery life is around an hour. Continuous use is possible, provided it is plugged in to an electrical source. You have no such source within your cabin, so whatever you plan to do with this, you will only be able to do for an hour.
Okay. Just gotta test it. So just gonna put it on by myself and see how this thing works inside of it.
As you slide the device over the top of your head, and you see that the inside of the device has kind of adjustable sliding straps. As you push it down, it seems to adjust to your head as slowly everything goes black as your vision is covered. And you hear a as all around you suddenly there is light. You see cubes, squares stretching almost as far as you can see, off into a white distance, until shapes begin to appear all around you. Blocky at first, pixely, very, very simple, before eventually colour, shade, shadow, light begins to land upon all of these strange abstract images all around. As Drake, describe a place at which you would feel at ease and perfect calmness.
It's a place that I don't quite remember, so it's a little hazy. But it's essentially my childhood parents' bedroom. And the walls are this weird tacky green color. And they have this relatively mid-sized bed. It's one of those horrible water beds. I don't know why they have that, but sitting on it as a kid, just bouncing around, makes you feel like you're in the ocean, but you're not getting wet, so it's nicer than being in the ocean. And then they have this really thick, fuzzy blanket that's on top of it with like a print of a tiger. And like it's brown and the tiger's yellow, and it's just this warm, cuddly, floaty bed. And then the ceiling has the popcorn stipples on it, and then you're like staring up at it, and you just see different animals and shapes, and there's like a war between an army on this side fighting an army on this side, and the sun's coming through the window. It's like sunset, so it's a nice golden haze through the room.
As you look around this space, this peace and quiet is interrupted by a voice. Welcome to the Electric State. Please select your settings.
Hello?
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Drake. Who are you?
Drake. I am the Electric State. Please select your settings.
Okay, what settings?
Please, volume, brightness, warmth.
Volume 10? Brightness up, I guess. Our brightness is fine where we are.
You see, as you're deciding, the sun begin to set and then rise as you make your adjustments. And you can hear, as you're sort of specifying various levels, that the sound of the birds outside the window begins to diminish and rise. And as you are deciding on volume and upon temperature and upon light, as you select 10 as your volume, you hear a muffled voice from the other room. A familiar voice that you have not heard in a long time. I've also just noticed we've reached a supernatural.
It's the worst time.
You noticed that so fast.
Yes! It's your turn to get a supernatural. You
Not-
deserve this.
Not while I'm in a VR world.
Drake,
I'm never gonna wake up.
from the adjacent room, you hear the sound of a woman singing.
Wait, no. I'll get up off the bed and then walk to the door or the wall, whichever direction I hear the voice coming from. And then press my ear up against it to try to listen a little closer. A little afraid. Not afraid in like a scary sense, but afraid to like actually hear it.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. And you hear the sizzling sound of bacon on the other side of the door. Oh, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching.
This time I'm going to actually bust through the door and try to run down the hall to see if what I hear and feel and think is really there.
Can you make a mind check for me, please? You need to get 3.
Mind. Ooh. 1 success.
You have so many blesses gifted
I
to
know,
you.
I'll use at least 1 more bless, so I have 2 successes.
2, not 3. 2.
Why do you say it like that?
He's giving. Take it. Take whatever you need.
Okay.
You did just get a whole handful too, as a heads
Yeah,
up.
you just got 10.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then I'm gonna
You
use
got
mine.
blesses, baby.
Listen, everyone's cheering you on right now. We want to see you
See, Darla,
handle
last
this.
week, chat's here. They're ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, as you burst through the door, you are met with your old kitchen. You are met with the smell of bacon. It is real. It is so, so real. You smell it. God, you even taste it in the back of your throat. It is cloying to you. As back to you, humming to herself, you see the hair of your mother. And suddenly you are half the height you are now. You are small. You're a child once more, looking up at your mother.
Gonna reach out my now tiny hand and be like, huh? And try to grab the bottom of her shirt. Not too hard or too fast to like spook her. So I don't want her to throw the bacon on me. I don't want her to hurt herself or anything, but just try to tug on her shirt.
Would you like to activate parental controls?
What?
Parental controls.
No,
Would you like to activate parental controls?
no, I don't need parental controls.
Very well, Drake Lee. Can you make a body check for me?
Oh, that was a horrible roll. It's like all 1s and 2s.
That's a lot of blesses. There's rerolls.
I'm not going to tell you what you need to hit, so feel free to
Then
use
aim
as many
high.
blesses as you would like.
I say take the chance. Just reroll. Gamble it
Okay.
all, baby.
Reroll it is. We'll see how bad this goes. 1 success, thank God. Better than 0.
The figure before you turns around. The hair is the same as you remember. The blouse. The hands, those delicate hands. But where there is a face, there are only pixels. And you just hear, "Would you like some bacon?" And suddenly, there is orange and smoke and fire as your entire vision is orange and it is black. And it is a good thing that you rolled 3 successes earlier on your mind, because you have the wherewithal to immediately pull the neurocaster off, and suddenly you are sat in the middle of your cabin as the neurocaster just clatters next to you.
It wasn't real. 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 It wasn't real.
Orange light stretches through the cabin as outside the sun is setting.
How long was I in that thing? Okay. I'm just gonna grab the neurocaster, box it up, and then wipe some tears from my face, because without even realizing it, I think just started pouring down. Look around, get my bearings, and see that I'm back in my cabin. I'm back in the now. I'm not a little kid anymore. And then, okay, don't do this alone. Can grab him and head out and head back home.
Amelia and Darla. Eli has just said goodbye. He's left you, Amelia, to walk home on your own. And Darla, you stand in a small outcropping of woods. Matson is tied to a tree, and Artie is next to you. So we'll start with you, Darla. What are you doing?
Well, just like Eli, to leave us with the man.
What do you want to do with this asshole?
I don't know. There's a lot that we could do. It just depends on... no, I won't even go that way. I could. She says, just still like flipping the revolver in her hand. But I won't.
Darla, a thought. Matson saw Eli. And now Eli's gone. He's left town. His family are okay. But if Magnus saw you, I mean, your dad's still in hospital. What if this gets nastier?
I don't think there is a what if, Artie. I think there is a when. And I think that's been made very clear.
Okay, so,
But I don't know what to do with him first. We really could just leave him here.
I mean, no objections from me, unless we want to try taking him to the police, but you and Mitchell, I don't know if that's a great idea.
I mean... It's more so this guy's a little heavy. And I am still freshly out of the hospital. I don't think me trying to carry another grown adult is wise. What do you think?
I mean, I guess at least this way we know where he is.
Yeah. And like I was telling Eli, he has a chance of survival if we leave him here, you know. He'll figure it out. Maybe. And if he doesn't, that's not my fault. In the end, that's Eli's fault.
Okay. Well, he looks at the revolver in your hand and at you and at Matson, still unconscious. Look, it's your call. As a piece of shit, I'm so okay just leaving him here if that's what you want.
Is he telling the truth? Like, is Artie fully okay with them leaving a man?
Make a contact check for me.
It's like, I don't know if this is Artie talking. I'm not very good at that, so, oh man. Wait. I have a ton of blesses. I have curses. No, I can't do that. That'd be so many blesses. Yeah, no, that's a 0.
It's hard to tell, but he seems, I will say, knowing Artie as you do, he seems much more concerned with you and your well-being. Matson has hurt you all in the past.
Yeah.
His primary concern is you right now.
Okay. Well, let me check his pockets first. Just for anything good. Darla's gonna check his pockets, see if anything.
Okay. Make an investigate check for me.
I can get 1 success.
1 success. You find keys to a van. And I would also say with that, you would also find... What the heck? I'll say you can find a credit card as well.
Daddy's money. She takes it and she shows it to Artie. You can get one of those Neurocasters you wanted. Free of charge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, are you okay? You said just out of the hospital. Did anything happen back there, or?
Hee. I mean,
Hee. What does hee mean?
Just, you know, there's gonna be just 2 limping guys. So, funny stuff. Oh, I think that I have, Delilah questioning things. I do think that she is the better Logan. John was right. Maybe. I still don't trust her, but
I mean,
what?
we should probably talk with Amelia at some point tomorrow, maybe at school, when we see her tomorrow. Yeah, she just kind of froze up. There was a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, what did you find?
Well, the barn that Nico found his adult self in way back when. Basically, none of the stuff had gone. I know Delilah promised that they would get rid of everything, but there's stuff in there, but something new as well.
What?
I don't know. There was a door or something. I don't know, but Amelia she just went stock still and was just staring.
Did she see
it
something
was
at a door?
I don't know.
Did you see anything?
No, I didn't, but I know it was kind of scary, honestly. And
Did she like get in that zone of when she's been having her visions, or did it seem like she was cognizant?
No, it was that. It was exactly that. And then I don't know, it was like she was about to take a step, and then suddenly all the electricity went out, all the lights went out, and whatever.
Oh, that door is dead, whatever it was then.
Okay, well, that's That's
Oh.
good, I guess. But yeah, I think you might want to check in tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just, I don't know. I thought after everything back in October, you might finally not be running into danger all the time. I guess I
Yeah.
hoped.
Well, I didn't entirely seek it this time. Just kind of fell in my lap.
Yeah, it's the trouble. It just keeps falling.
Well, they do call me a troublemaker, she says, and she grabs his hand. It's like, well, we should get out of here. Good luck to him.
Yeah, Oh, God, I just realized I'm gonna have to get out all of our spare bedding, and it's... you're still okay staying at mine. But, I mean, if you want, when your dad's okay, if you want somewhere where people are looking out for him, I mean, obviously, you're more than welcome to stay. I can ask my parents, and we can maybe get a spare room set up. I don't know. If you want, obviously. But I don't know. It can be like old times.
Yeah, no, I'd like that. I don't know how long my dad is going to be in the hospital.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I would love to.
I know it must have been scary seeing him like that earlier, but
Yeah, I don't think I've processed anything yet.
yeah, no.
So, who knows when that'll be. But
He'll be okay though.
I hope so. I mean that. I really do hope so.
I know you do.
So, but we'll see. He's in good hands. But I do want to check on him before we go to your house. Just comments you made made me a little nervous, actually.
Okay. I stay up as long as you need. Okay.
Thanks. And she would keep walking. Matson getting more and more in the distance.
The cold is definitely lowering overhead, and as you walk to the hospital, and eventually, after checking in on your father, and he is fine, the ward is quiet, and the room is emptier without Amadi there. You and Artie walk hand in hand back to his. As Amelia, what are you doing as you walk home?
Staring at her feet. It just seems the best way to make sure she doesn't accidentally make eye contact with another devastating vision of the future. Just a little scarred at this point that this is like the third time she has seen this horrifying glimpse, and yet still feels so clueless as to what she's supposed to do with that information or how it connects between where she is now and what she sees in the future. No large dome appears, no metallic legs of sorts, no devastation, no clear weapon that could render such a thing, no vortex in the sky. She doesn't see the connecting points, any of the threads to follow to get us from A to Z, and she just follows the rhythm of her feet as she just takes one step after another. She's not necessarily even going home. She's just walking.
It is quiet at this time of night. The moon shines down from overhead, breaking through the rather heavy clouds that pass by over the nighttime sky. And you are alone. Until walking along the streets for near to an hour, You see, in the distance, a very familiar silhouette coming in from the edge of town. You see Drake.
Drake? Drake, is that you?
Amelia?
Okay, good.
What are you doing out here?
Honestly, I have no idea, and I'm not really even sure. But at least you're not somebody else in a hazmat suit, so, I'll take that. I feel like every single day is just another day of surprises, and I don't know how to deal with any of them, and apparently, all I can think to do is just to see these moments and then just freeze, and I stand there and I try to take all of it in, and then nothing happens. I don't even know what to do in these moments. And then it kind of dawns on her in a second. What are you even doing out right now?
Actually, trying to figure out how to get you not to freeze.
Well, at least both of us are working on it. Tell me you have a solution, because I'm absolutely baffled, and all I can do is look at my feet and go, "You're moving now! Why couldn't you move earlier?" It doesn't make any sense.
It's fine. So I know you've been struggling with these visions and the fact that none of us really get what you see other than your drawing that you did in my book.
It's not even very good. If only I could draw like you, then I'd have a better idea of
Yeah,
depicting how
but I
awful
think I
it
have
is.
an idea for that. So, and then I'll open up my bag with the neurocasters in it.
How did
I
you
bought
get one
these.
of those? Those were expensive.
It's
Did you
fine.
steal them?
If
No,
it,
oh,
no,
sorry.
I didn't steal them. I paid for. I had been saving for something, but
Sorry, I thought you were Darla for a second. Of course
no,
not.
yeah. Darla definitely would have stolen. But I don't feel like going to jail, so I did it the old-fashioned way. But anyway, these things say we can share worlds and memories and all that stuff, and it's
Oh.
very real and very. It's hard to explain it. It's like you're actually there, but if
So
you
it's
can share it with us and we're
if
there
I
with you,
yes.
you
No,
should feel safer. And so I hope this works. I have
you
to
seem
charge it
hesitant.
though.
Come on, doesn't this seem exciting? Finally, I don't have to experience all this pain by myself. You can have
Exactly.
it
No,
too.
yes. I want to share your pain with you. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't want you to get too scared when you're in there, because it's going to be like
Yes.
you're back in your dream.
Right. Right, but at least I won't have to do it alone. You'll be there, and then you can see it as well, and then you'll know, and maybe you'll see something that I don't see. If I can recap that, that'll be so much easier. Oh, Drake, you're absolutely genius. And she kind of punches you a little bit in the arm. It probably doesn't hurt you a little bit at all. She's just but the action is just she suddenly gets this burst of energy that she can't quite contain in her body, and it is surprising because she's exhausted after the day that she's had. Oh, we have to try that. Wait, you said it has to be charged?
The one of them is probably fine, but the other one I was using earlier to test it out.
Oh, we would need
And
both, so that way we could both wear it.
yeah,
right?
exactly. So
Okay.
if you want to come back, you can come to my place, and I'll charge it there. I don't know if you
Sure.
want to go into it at your place, because you might freak out your family.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to. And I don't really want them to get any more thoughts or questions, and I don't really want to talk about the letter because I know they're going to ask more about it when I get back. And
Yeah, so you can come with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad and sister are home,
oh,
but
oh,
I told my sister about pretty much everything, so she kind of knows what's going on. I didn't
she
tell her about the
handle it
dinosaur, and I
well?
didn't tell her about the time travel, but I told her about the Logans.
Okay.
And then my dad's pretty chill, so I think he'll be fine if he just leaves us alone.
Okay. Yeah. Should
Um,
I bring something over, like a gift?
You have any of those bookmarks?
I do. At home, she
Oh.
realizes very slowly.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We can just go. They won't expect anything. Trust me. They're
Oh.
not British. They don't expect gifts when you come over.
Yeah, we do.
Ed will remember that.
Maybe. Mm, yes. No. It'll be fine. I'll get them something later if they happen to ask. It'll be fine. Yes. Let's go to your place. That way we can let it charge. I'm just really curious, and I just want to kind of share it with everyone, so that way I'm not the only one. It feels like a big burden on my shoulders when I'm the only one who knows what these visions are, and I have to keep it all in my head and try to
Yep.
connect the dots. So if we
figured.
share this, then it's equally your responsibility. So yes. Is your family going to be at least bothered that we're coming back at, like, God, what even time is it right now?
I don't know.
It's
I don't know
around-
and watch.
10 in the evening.
Oh, not too bad then.
Yeah,
10?
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, did you see Darla and Eli? How are their families?
Well, I got to see them in the hospital, and I mean, they're still in the hospital, except for Eli. I heard they got discharged,
Okay.
and I talked to him a little bit, but he's not. Well, you kind of missed your chance to say goodbye. They're all moving, like immediately. I mean, it makes sense. They don't exactly have a home, so they have to go
Yeah.
somewhere. But
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of the thing that happens when
So-
you lose your house.
It all feels like it's the longest day of my life so far.
And yeah, I feel like I lost time today, but
Right.
still feels like. Yeah, you'll see when we use the Neuralink. Or
Should we get the
Neurocaster.
others all together and do the Neuralink together, like one after another, kind of lined up, so I don't have to keep doing it like once a day, sort of thing?
If you give it to me, I mean, you still have to do it back to back, so it'd be the same thing. But
Sure.
when we get back to my place, we can call them on the walkies and see if they want to come over.
That's true.
Or if we charge it, we can go back to the cabin and do it. Something, I don't know. But hopefully once you get it off you and it's in my head,
Mm.
I can
Mhm.
do it for you so you don't have to keep reliving it.
And you're an artist, so you could actually even draw it down. So
That too.
that could help.
Yeah.
I'm worried about going out to the cabin just because, well, and even using the walkie-talkies, but at least we have a secure channel now, but I don't feel safe with them.
I
Drake,
don't feel safe anywhere in town, but
I don't think it's been a long day. I can't believe I didn't even tell you this. We went to the Logan's mansion.
you went back?
Yeah, tonight. A while ago, a couple hours. It's hard.
Been a day.
Yeah. I was technically going to go thank them for the scholarship that, the thing with Yale that we're pretty sure they did. But
Yeah.
kind of got distracted. Naughty I saw in the barn a lot of the tech, the time tech that I thought wasn't supposed to be there anymore, and it's still there.
That makes sense.
Does it?
I mean, I don't trust the Logans, so I never really believed that they would actually get
Oh.
rid of it.
I guess I
I-
was just really hopeful.
I was hopeful with Delilah. She seemed genuine. But Magnus? John? I mean, John's okay, I guess, but,
Right.
definitely Magnus. And now that he's healthy and walking around, I don't trust him at all.
Right. Walking around. I know there was a bit of a kerfuffle. You see, while I and Audrey went to the side of the barn, Darla went inside the mansion
Yeah, that
with a
that makes sense.
crossbow. And
With a
I definitely have no idea where she got that from.
What?
Who would
I mean-
arm her?
Crossbow's better than a gun, at least.
That's what I mean, who, yeah, of course. No, you're right. That's an excellent point. So, I'm a little worried and like to check on her too.
Yeah.
Yes. So
But
let's go to your place.
Where is she? Because she doesn't have a home anymore.
Oh gosh, I keep forgetting that part. The amount of times I told Eli about homes, and it's just embarrassing. I feel like he's never going to talk to me again.
I mean,
I
he
guess
left
he's
town,
not going
so.
to talk to me again. I've left an awful impression. No, I need to sit down. Can we please go to your place? You have water there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she
Do
have
you need me to
water.
carry you? You seem like you're wobbling.
Oh, and she just immediately blushes over in her face. It's dark out, but if you could see, it'd be completely red in that moment. No, I can walk.
Okay.
I've been
Yeah.
testing my legs out this entire evening, and so far they're back working again. But if they decide to give out, I'll let you know.
She goes on ahead of me. I'll just be like, yeah, my house is this way. Let's go.
She's just gonna start just looking at your feet now as following them, just hiding her face.
You head off in the direction of Drake's house as the moon continues to rise into the skies and the two of you disappear to make a connection in the electric state. And we're going to take a very quick break there. Amelia and Drake, as you come back to Drake's house, the lights in the house are off. No one appears to be up as the door creaks open. And you see Amelia for the first time. Drake's home. And Drake, you see that very little has changed since you left this morning, except for one thing. You see the still undecorated fir tree off to one side, but around its base you see a number of cardboard boxes, each of which are very, very worn, with age upon age of use. And you can see scribbled along the side just Xmas decorations. And just on the kitchen table, just a small note, written in your father's handwriting that just says, maybe tomorrow. And then an X.
Damn it.
What's that about?
Yeah. We don't really celebrate Christmas that often together because my dad's always gone and my sister's been in college for the last few years. And even before that, it was kind of hit or miss because dad being gone. But we were supposed to decorate the tree finally today. And then I got caught up and forgot. And damn. Oh, and by the way, if they see you here, they might get the wrong idea, but we'll clear that up when it happens. Don't worry about it.
What idea?
So my dad's getting hired by the Logans, and
What?
yeah, he's
That's
gonna be.
huge. Is he okay? Did they coerce him?
No, they bribed him. I guess they offered him a ton
Oh.
of money, and they offered him to work from here so he could actually be home.
Wow.
So it's kind of a good thing, but they're trying to send him away for the same weekend that you're trying to go to Yale.
Oh.
And so
Wow, they're sneaky.
I told him I had plans with a girl around that same time, and so I think they took it the wrong way. Don't want you to feel uncomfortable, but if
this will
they
work
give you any
out.
looks,
If your family and my family think this, then this is the perfect alibi that we can give each other. We should absolutely lean into it. They'll never know the truth. It'll be perfect.
okay, yeah, I could do that.
As you
She
say
just kind of
this,
stares at you very open-eyed.
you just hear a door creak open as Lily steps on out. She's wearing an oversized hoodie and sort of freezes in the door. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
No. Lily,
Was I
come
too
here.
loud? I'm
It's fine.
sorry.
If you're trying to sneak in, that's okay. Oh, Dad's asleep. It's fine. Hi, I'm Lily. Hi.
Hi, Lily.
It's so nice to meet
light
you.
sleeper or something?
Oh my God, you're British. Oh, hi. Oh, she's so cute, Drake. Hi.
Hi.
Can I get you anything? I was just about to make myself a tea.
Oh, no, I would love. No, actually, not. As she is very skeptical as to what kind of tea Lily is going to make.
You cast a cursory glance over to the cupboards that Lily is now headed towards, and as she opens it, it's American tea. It's not good tea.
Just water for me, actually.
These are fighting words.
It's not the same. I
We have a whole
understand.
harbor of tea.
Someone's playing the historical card here, dear.
Lily
Alright.
just looks and, so have you had a nice evening out, or,
We just kind of bumped into each other on the road, but
We had a nice walk. And she's going to kind of like shoulder up next to Drake. It was very lovely.
yeah. But this is one of my friends I was telling you about yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Amelia. She's the smart one that I think you guys would get along.
Well, Amelia, it's really, really lovely to meet you. I'm still getting used to the time difference, so I'm gonna go and get some sleep, but,
Sure.
don't
We won't
have too
wake you
much
if we
fun.
stay, right?
No, please. Don't be quiet on my account. And she just moves through and just like waves at all of you and disappears into her room.
So that was my sister.
Figured.
Yeah. Do you want water or anything?
Yes, please. I'm parched. Anything. Just not, as she kind of, again, eyes the tea options. Not just water.
We have some jasmine and chrysanthemum tea too, if you like that. But
It's not. Just water, actually.
Okay,
That'll be
yeah.
enough.
Yeah. I get it. Here you go. Then
Thanks.
just go to the kitchen and use the tap and get some water and hand it over.
So, should we get that plugged in first? Get it
Yeah,
charging?
let's go to my room. Yeah, that way that doesn't come out and we have to go through this whole thing all over again.
Right.
So just come with me, but be a little quiet, I guess, if everyone's asleep.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're fine.
Home is lovely, by the way.
Thanks. It's pretty bare.
Yeah. She doesn't know what else to say.
Yeah, it has to be said, especially in comparison to your home, Amelia, especially now where it's covered in various decorations and a whole bunch of family-made items. This place, by comparison, is very Spartan in nature. Everything serves a function. It is clean. Very, very clean. And Drake makes his way through it. Comfortably is the wrong word, but with a great degree of familiarity. Nothing is misplaced, nothing is out of place. As makes his way towards a room that is very much the same. And I would say, Amelia, make a comprehend check for me as you move through the house.
Yes. I'm going to comprehend so well. I am going to make sure I can comprehend so
3
well.
blesses is all you need to get 3 successes.
I'm using all 3 of those blesses. I want to know everything that I'm seeing right now. No
I'll
secrets.
give you one. I'll give you one thing, and then Drake, I'll allow you to give like anything you want. But I would say that as the door to Drake's room opens, the cleanliness in here is indicative of the cleanliness outside of this room as well. And it speaks, there is a uniformity to the cleanliness that speaks to essentially one person having lived in a space for a very long time. But is there anything else that you would like to offer, Justice?
Yeah. In the room, you'll see that the bed is pretty well made up. It wasn't just like the blankets are tossed around. It's not like military tucked in, but he makes his bed every day, and it's pretty obvious that he takes pride in that sort of. The pillows are fluffed and up at the edge of the bed. And then right next to the bed, you'll see the book that Amelia let him borrow, clearly being read, with the bookmark that she gave him to inside there. And then a couple of his school books, his math and science books, off on the side of his little desk in the corner of his room where he likely does his homework. And even that area is pretty clean. It's not like papers thrown around. The books are stacked. His pencils are in a pencil case. And there's a couple pages of artwork that he's drawn just on the table. Not quite as neat as everything else, but they're not just tossed around. They're stacked, but they're spread a little bit. And yeah, that's about it.
Being a bit intrusive, she welcomes herself to your desk. These are really good. You should put them up. Here. No. I can see this one. And she just kind of puts it up against your wall for you. You should print it there. Do you have any pens? Like little wool things?
Pins?
Like a thumbtack?
No, but I have some tape if you want the tape.
Yes. I mean, might peel some of the paint off your wall, but it'll be fine. You can always repaint, that sort of thing. And she'll hold it up there waiting for you to get the tape to paint to help finish it.
Okay.
You're putting stuff on your wall now.
There's a little...
Yeah, in the other corner. Yes, you want to make sure... Hit the fourth corner. It's going to drive me nuts if you only tape 2 corners.
Okay, fine. I got all 4.
Yeah. Thank you. See, you should do more like that. Actually, if you want, I have a ton of posters. June used to have a bunch because we switched them out to, make her room more exciting whenever she was in there. But now we don't have to change them out as much. So if you want some of those, I mean, they go anything from book covers to, some cinematic ones, anything and everything. So if you want a couple of them, they might look really nice in here to your room.
Yeah, I know it's pretty plain.
I wouldn't say that. It just...
We used to move a lot, so I kind of got in the habit of not putting things up, because when you put things up and then you have to take them down and patch the walls, and
that's true.
It gets tiring. I'm sure you just moved too, so...
Just kind of threw everything in and we'll figure it out when we got here, sort of thing. We haven't quite fully finished unpacking yet. It was fine. Plus, before that, we kind of lived with my grandparents, so it made it a lot easier, and their home was just like ours, and so technically I still feel like I have a home back there. It makes it very easy.
It must be nice having a home like that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Again, I can give you some of the posters. It'll feel like then more like June's room, which I don't know if you really want to have a freshman girl's room, but it might be really nice to have some sort of touch if you want. Yeah, as she is running out of things to help offer the warmth that she can provide from her home.
Yeah, maybe. I know you guys have all those plants outside. Maybe I could get a cut of one of your plants or something to have.
Yes, absolutely. Though you have to ask my dad. He's very generous with those things, but if I do it, it never seems to survive.
Okay, I'll ask your dad.
Yeah. He'll like that, but be careful, because once you start talking about it, he won't stop.
While she's just going off about my room being being sterile and unwarm, it's gonna open up and then start plugging in the neural casters. being like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll talk to your dad and see about that. I don't know.
You
Maybe
could probably get a nice one that goes under the window over here. Maybe one if you hook some along the side, you could let it grow like a vine. That would add some nice warmth in here.
As
yeah,
you
Vine in the bedroom.
talk about warmth, and as the neurocaster is plugged in, the strip around the outside that is usually blue, upon being connected to the power socket in the wall, begins to glow a warm orange that just pulsates slowly in the room. Nothing sinister. It is literally just charging, but it is a warm light.
None of us believe that.
Yeah, none of
I
us
know.
never
I know.
find that comforting in any way.
Don't worry,
I'm the
you're
boy
safe.
who cried fire
baby.
at this point. Yeah.
Well, at least
I
that's charging. Do you have a talkie to reach Darla?
yeah, it's in my closet. Let me grab it real quick.
Right.
I also have no idea how long it's going to take to charge, but so let's get the walkie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in the closet and dig through some. I put it in a cardboard box. It's like down there in the bottom. Grab it.
Oh, just be coded. Don't mention that I'm here, because remember when we were out in your other solitude of cabin sort of thing, that the Logans were listening in, and I don't want them to listen again.
Okay. Nightmare, come in. Nightmare.
Does it reach me?
It would do if yours is on.
I think Artie had it though.
Either way.
You hear Drake's voice coming over the radio.
Oh, that's Drake.
Oh, yeah. Nightmare, and he passes it over.
All right, thank you. Hey, what's up?
Oh, good. You answered. I'm here with, or I have some knowledge with me.
Why is Amelia
And-
with you? She was supposed to go home.
Trying to use code names.
Oh, no, I don't want to. Why is Amelia with you?
Okay, fine.
Don't let her do that.
I can't stop her. She's
Oh.
freaking Darla.
I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I had my finger on the button. Anyway, if you come over, there's a thing that we're trying to do that should make all this easier for us to understand.
Right now?
It's
Now
I-
would be better than
ju-
later.
Drake, I don't know where you live.
Artie, do you know
Look
where
at
I
me.
live?
Tell her it's a house.
Great, don't have one
Okay,
of those.
Oh,
It's a house.
If you just give us the address, and as you figure out the address, and Artie just is sort of frantically scribbling, and you see him bring out what looks to be a tourist's guide to Eden Falls, but he's kind of like looking at it, and you can see that it is annotated, and that there are a whole bunch of notes that, Darla, you see are specifically from March onwards. He has been marking areas of interest around the town, and sort of on this little fold-up map that has images of the school with a eagle wearing a blue and yellow scarf on with thumbs up, and you can see all of these various landmarks sort of ballooned out in size. But he just makes a note and goes, "Yep, okay, cool. We'll we'll come now. Do you? Yeah."
I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, now would be perfect. Just be quiet when you get here. And come around the side.
Okay. Roger. Over. Bye.
Over and out.
All
Yeah,
right, well,
they're on their
let's
way.
go.
Darla and Artie, you make your way. And it takes around half an hour until you reach there, and you come round the side until eventually you see yourself looking into a room with a soft, very slowly pulsating orange glow coming from the window. And as you come to the glass and your faces are lit up through Amelia and Drake. you
Oh,
see your
Darla would go
friends stood up.
and put hi.
Come on.
Do we see them, or are they behind us?
Yeah. You'd
Okay.
see them.
Get in here.
I'll,
All right.
okay. I'll go to the window
Opening-
and open
yeah.
it, and then be like, come on in.
All right. Darla waits for Artie to climb in first. Go ahead.
I'll just
Okay.
pick Artie.
And she follows quickly
Oh.
behind.
This is nice. This is a nice place.
Oh,
Right?
Thanks.
It's actually his bedroom. I thought it was a guest bedroom at first.
I like the
It sort of is.
artwork on the wall. It's nice touch.
Thanks. That's Amelia's touch. She was here for a couple minutes and started decorating.
Mm-hmm.
Why are
It's
we
nice.
here?
I like it.
Oh, so Amelia's been dealing with these visions, right? So I got a couple neurocasters, and
Oh my god, you
What?
got a neurocaster?
Right?
yeah, I got two.
He bought it too.
Don't worry about it. I've been working for a while to buy something, but I figured this was important. So yeah, we can. In theory, we can use them to see her visions.
Mm-hmm. It'll be
And-
perfect. Plus, I just saw another one, so that makes 3 total at least. And so you all have a lot to catch up on. So I hope you brought your own notepads because you're going to have to take a lot of notes.
No, I don't have a notepad. Artie does.
It's okay.
yeah,
you can
no,
borrow
I
one of
do.
mine.
I don't want one.
Oh,
So
Yes, so,
there's only
um,
2. How are we doing this?
Gonna have to go one by one,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But at least this way, she doesn't have to go through it multiple days. She wanted to do it all right now, so
Yes.
I guess I can go first. I tested it out earlier, and just so y'all know, when you're in there, it feels real,
Oh.
and you can smell everything, you can feel everything, you can taste everything. So just remember that it's not real when you're in there. So
Sounds fun.
Got it.
yeah,
All right,
hopefully,
well, Artie and I will
hopefully this works.
chill and watch you.
Yeah, make sure we don't die, I guess.
I don't know if I
Right.
can do that.
If I do the freezing thing, you're going to have to pull these things off of me once I put it on, right?
Yeah. And
okay.
if I start shaking, just smack me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it off you. I don't feel I fear retaliation if I slap you. So
Right.
It's okay. You're not Arthur. I don't need to hit you.
Darla, could you hold my hand through this?
Yeah.
It sounds like a childish thing, but it's
No, it's
It might
fine.
help-
And she does it immediately.
She's like, you've helped me several times. I'm gonna be right here.
And she sits on the floor as you're standing and just like holding her hand.
All right, I'm right here, and I will pull you down if you try to move away.
got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Friend.
Ooh, you should get in that neurocaster.
Hey, you guys are friends?
Y'all are taking a long time. It's late. I'm tired.
Right.
I'm gonna
So
put the neurocaster on Amelia's head and be like,
Oh,
just relax
Cool.
a little, and then
Oh.
I'll tighten it for you.
okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's
Tighter.
not supposed to move, right?
Not really. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it feels good.
Okay. It's all black, right?
Mm-hmm. How do we connect it?
welcome to the electric state. Please
hi.
choose your settings.
Oh. Yes.
Brightness, volume, and temperature. And as it says this, once again, there is white and there are cubes, and everything is this strange amalgamous liminal digital space. As Amelia, describe a perfect place of peace.
It is actually at her grandmother's house. It's a cozy little kitchen. Everything is worn down wood, soft to the touch, chairs with little intricate pieces carved into all of them, clearly handed down again and again, scratches all across the kitchen table from knives, pencils dug in too hard, anything and everything. Tablecloth covers it on most parts, still not perfectly fitted, but offers this kind of odd backsplash as it's decorated with pictures of fruit and baskets. And around it, just her family, parents, even June, grandparents. All
It's strange.
spaces for each of them.
While they are certainly there
Mhm.
is a strange uncanniness to these figures. It's almost like seeing NPCs in a video game. Like, they are there, and the movements are very, very familiar to you. Almost intoxicatingly real. But there is something that is not quite... It's not them.
Right.
It feels like them, but it is not quite them. However, as you are there observing, you just hear a ding! Neighbor detected. Neighbor detected. Drake. Would you like to invite Drake into the electric state?
Yes, please. Thank you. Ma'am.
As this
sir.
happens, Drake, you just hear ding! Electric state invitation. Amelia.
Accept.
Ding! And suddenly, Drake. You see digital cubes. You see pixels expanding and nuance bleeding into your surroundings as you too find yourself this small, beautiful, idyllic, peaceful little room building itself around you from the ground up. And you and Amelia are stood there together, her family off to one side, silently talking. They're deep in conversation, but there is not a sound coming from them.
This is amazing. You're absolutely right. It's fully immersive. They pulled all of that right out of my memory. I mean, look, they even got my grandpa's warts on the back of his neck.
And
Oh,
we're
yeah,
hearing
they
all
did.
this on the outside.
You are not. No.
Even their
It is
speech?
strange. Almost as soon as these neurocasters have gone on, it's like their shoulders slump and their heads just sort of gaze upwards.
Don't like that.
That's your grandpa?
Yes, you can tell because he's the old one there. Kind of
Well,
smelled too.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. He's not like my little brother or anything.
Yeah.
That
I
is
gathered
amazing. Right? So, wait. Now that I've shared it, does this memory stay here?
I don't
Or
know.
can you access it then? Can you visit my family?
I feel like if your family becomes a memory in my own head, then possibly, but they wouldn't be as genuine because I don't know their intricacies, right? So
Right.
it'd be like a caricature of your family,
So it would just pull from memories, you think?
possibly, or imagination.
Does it do it fresh each time? Oh god, I wish Nico was here. I have a lot of technology questions all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know. Artie might know. We can ask him when we get out.
That's true. Do you know where this is saved?
I hope it's not saved.
Right. Just in our own brains. This is the storage, right? Up here?
Yeah.
Nowhere
Yeah.
else. Okay. Yeah,
The
no, that
biggest-
checks out.
Biggest computer on the planet.
Right. Right. Except for Lana's. She is. I'm laughing, but Amelia would feel a little bad at taking that jab at Lana.
So
Right.
I'm not entirely sure how to create our own worlds yet, because all
Okay.
I did was the safe space tutorial,
Right.
which ended up not being very safe. But
It
hopefully,
wasn't?
just memories. I think
Okay.
I probably started thinking too much, and I'm
Ooh.
trying to like not
Let me
think
walk
of
you
the
through a
same thing
memory. Yes.
so that it doesn't come back. Um,
Well, now you've
But yeah.
said that. Can you make a mind check for me, please?
You asked for it.
1 success.
You feel a slight heat on the back of your neck, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah. So I think if you
Are
if
you
you
okay?
think about your dream, oh, it's just a little hot. That's all.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think if you try to remember your dream, we might go to your dream.
Right. Well, I don't even have to take you to the dream part. I could take you to the part that I actually remember, this last one. So it starts with a door. So if I look over here and I remember it, it was kind of a freestanding door that appeared in a door frame space.
Mhm.
And then she kind of closes her eyes in this visual, trying to picture that door, not even focusing on what's in the door yet, just the door frame in that barn. That needs to appear, and then I can show you what's through the door.
As you open your eyes, in the middle of your perfect, peaceful space, in the middle of this room that has been built and decorated by your grandparents, you see, standing strange and alien, like an edifice in its center, that same metal, empty door frame that you saw within the barn. You see the bank of monitors that stands on the other side of it as well. All of the cameras and camera feeds that stretch all the way around Eden Falls, monitoring everyone's movement, monitoring every street, every nook, every cranny of the town.
Okay. Here's the hard part. Here's where we move forward through the door. And Amelia doesn't actually move forward at all.
And then I'll just grab her hand, the same one that Darla's holding,
Right.
and then
Uh,
like, it's okay. You're not
You
alone this
say
time.
that now.
I'm with
Darla,
you.
you just feel a slight tightening around your hand.
That's weird.
What is it?
I don't know. That's weird. She's looking at her hand and it's not even doing that. I'm holding Amelia's hand and it feels like it got tighter, but it didn't.
Artie just smiles and then looks back at the Neurocaster. He is fascinated by this, as deep inside the electric state, Amelia and Drake.
And now, I'm going to show you everything I've seen. And she squeezes tightly as she begins to walk through that door.
So for expediency's sake, as you step through this door, and indeed over the next however long you spend in the Neurocasters, Amelia, describe what it is that you show to Drake, and in turn, what is shown to Darla and Artie.
It is this quiet, almost apocalyptic town, abandoned, with that dark dome on the horizon. It all kind of comes in waves, as if you're watching it, but it's with a fast forward button, where you see suddenly, of course, this dome continuing to rise in the horizon, getting larger and larger. The ruins of the Logan mansion in crumpled moments, twisted and burned as these buildings that we once knew just dissipate. And then out of nowhere, seemingly, these 3 giant legs, these metal vehicles that is so massive and that towers over the city, kind of clanks down, its feet stabbing into this home that we call right in front of us, this massive gravity that begins to reverse, pulling things up. This is it. It's the end, and it all happens at the end of this year. Eden Falls will burn.
I'm going to ask both Drake and Amelia to make mind checks for me, please. You require 2 successes.
Buddy.
So tempted to
Drake.
just let my mind go crazy. All right, I'll re-roll and then live with whatever the consequences.
Okay. Okay. So, Amelia, you are the first one to remove the Neurocaster.
Mm-hmm.
And as per his promise, it is Drake who relays the rest of the information to the others. As the Neurocaster passes to you, Darla, Artie goes after Amelia, and then you and Drake find yourself sat there wearing the Neurocasters. The first thing I will ask you, Darla, as this strange voice echoes all around you, asking for your preferred settings, your volume, your light, your temperature. What is Darla's place of peace?
It's warm, and there's a breeze, and it's just freshly cut grass that's then scented into wildflowers and wood being chopped and a campfire starting up while a tent's being put up as well. It's summer vacation, and Darla's younger, and she's with her dad on their annual camping trips as he teaches her more survival skills, and she gets to learn even more about the fauna and the flora and just breathe in these moments of freedom and no stress, no worry, just hanging out with her dad while her mom and sister are back at home who aren't interested. Yeah, that would be her place of peace.
Your dad laughs, and it echoes out throughout the space all around, into the trees, into the grass, over the nearby brook and rocks. And Drake, as you watch on, waiting to be invited, Darla, you hear, "Neighbor, Drake, would you like to invite Drake into the electric state?"
She thinks this, but I feel like it comes out loud. She's like, what if I say no? Just leave him hanging. But
Leave message unread.
no, let him in.
There is a ba-ding! And as the invitation is extended your way, Drake, as you have been standing there, waiting in your own peaceful place, heat gathers all around. You see the wallpaper peeling all around you, curling in on itself. You see the wood behind blackening. You see the paper on the ceiling bubbling, burning. The glass is contracting as it begins to crack. Everything is warm, you are sweating, and Amelia, in the real world, you notice that Drake is sweating through his clothes. And Artie notices this too, and frowns a little bit, looking in Drake's direction, but with your 2 zeros, your 0 successes, Drake, suddenly the door behind you bursts open, and there are flames beyond. They're creeping forward along the carpet. They are licking up the door frame, up the walls. Suddenly, all around, there are just walls upon walls upon walls of fire. And Dala, they are bleeding through to your place of peace. As the river before you is no longer water, it is a river of flame burning through. And suddenly, Amelia and Artie, you watch as Drake stiffens and starts to fall back onto the floor of the bedroom, and he is convulsing slowly but steadily, getting faster and faster and faster. It is building in intensity, and Drake, I need you to make a mind check for me, please.
I'll use 2 blesses, so it's 2 successes.
As you begin to fall back, and as fire rages all around you, through the smoke and the flames, you see a figure stumbling through, calling out your name. And suddenly, as you convulse and your head thrashes around, you see light coming through one eye, and you realize that the neurocaster has dislodged. It is knocked up, and one of your eyes can see the real world. You can do nothing about it. You are deep in the electric state, but you can see blurry. Both Amelia and Artie stood over you. Amelia, are you doing anything at all?
I actually want to reach out and try to grab Drake's hand.
You do so. What are you doing?
Drake, get out of it. Remember, it's not real.
Can you make a contact check for me, Amelia?
I'm really worried that if I were just to rip it off, that would have some actual mental repercussions. 2 successes.
2 successes. Drake, through the fire and through the smoke, you hear your mother's cries of your name intermingle with the voice of another.
It's not real.
Amelia's voice.
Please come back.
Amelia, get out of here! What are you here? Why? Get out!
It's a memory, Drake. You have to leave it. You have to choose to leave it.
No. It's not real.
Come on. It's not real. You have to come back. You have to come back. You're sweating. Please. I know you're not in a good place. You have to know it's not real. You need to come back to us. You need to close that memory. Think of it as a book. Put it as a page in the book, and you're closing it. Just like the science book that we had just the other day, the book that we were in. Boring green on the outside, a yellow label on the front. Picture that with me. Picture that. Where it says science book on the front, which is the most nondescript science book title ever. Right? Just picture this with me. At the bottom, the title of the author, and there's pictures of frogs and leaves and fungus and all sorts of things. Picture that. Picture anything than what you're focused on right now. and then close
Drake.
that book.
Make an empathize check for me, please. As this is happening, Darla, in your peaceful space, you watch as the flames are beginning to spread round and round and round. And your father turns towards you, Darla. Did we lose our home, kiddo?
What? Why are you asking that? Also, we should probably move. There's a fire. Dad!
Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Where's your sister?
Wait a minute. You know this answer. Dad. She's gonna reach out and grab his hand, or try to.
You do.
Oh, does it feel real?
It feels very real.
She would pull and like tug on him to, come on, we have to go this way.
I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you, honey.
You don't have to be anywhere for me except for right here, right now. Dad, there's a fire!
You're angry at me, kiddo.
No, I'm not angry at you.
You're angry at me. It's okay.
No. I'm worried about you. If we don't take care of each other, then nobody else will.
That's not true.
Okay. That's something we can talk about later, too.
You know this isn't real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feels that way. But your hand feels real, she says, kind of rubbing her finger across his hand and then actually letting go because she knows that it's not real.
Been a while since we've done that, right?
I don't like this. I don't like this, she says. She's calling out to the computer.
Would you like to step out?
Yes.
Exiting electric state. And everything begins to just dissipate around. And your dad just... as everything turns to white around him. Maybe next time. As he too just disappears to nothingness. What did you roll, Drake?
I got 2 successes for empathize.
As you convulse, and Darla, as you lift the neurocaster off you and you see Drake just spasming on the floor in front of you, Drake, your eyes flicking around, almost white, as your irises just push back into your skull. They flick towards Amelia once again as she implores upon you to close the book. And as your eyes flick around uncontrollably, they rest upon the copy of the picture of Dorian Gray that rests on your bedside table. And you remember the last passage that you read from it. Those who find beautiful meanings in beautiful things are the cultivated. For these there is hope. They are the elect to whom beautiful things mean only beauty. There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. And suddenly, you see the flames begin to temper and grow silent. They rage around you still, but the sound is gone, and all you hear is the heavy breathing of Amelia and Darla and Artie in the real world.
I'm gonna look around the fire and slowly reach out to it cautiously.
Just as there is no such thing as a moral or immoral book, this place, while it registers as real, reaching out your hand, you are struck by the unreality of it all. The flames pass through your hand and you feel nothing. You look at the burning house around you and it is not yours. And you see a shape through the flames, staggering, coughing, spluttering. But as the pixelated face turns towards you, you know it is not your mother.
Gonna walk towards it through the fire and just give it a hug and say, it's not real. This isn't real.
The face lifts up towards you. And were you fully immersed, you would hear the words that come out of its mouth, but you do not.
Goodbye. Let me out. Hey, voice.
You wish to exit the electric state.
Yeah. Please.
Would you like to save this place?
No.
Exiting electric state. And everything begins to disperse into pixels and blocks as everything goes white before it disappears into nothingness. And your friends come into view as your one eye poking out of the neurocaster just takes them in, your eyes focusing, the blurriness of the real world coming into clear focus once more.
Gonna slowly take it off. Hey. Something happened?
Are you okay?
I mean, my head hurts. My back kind of hurts. Why am I on the floor?
Oh, you were sweating a lot, and you seemed like you were going through something. It seemed safer this way.
Okay. Wait, Darla, are you okay?
Darla would have thrown this down and almost immediately like sit on the ground and put her fingers in her hair and just like put her hands on her knees. Just like, I don't know what that was, but you need to get Drake out of it before he comes out. But yeah, you would see her just sitting there like that still.
Artie has thrown his hands onto your shoulders, Darla, and is just kind of like squeezing and softening and squeezing and softening, just massaging you, calming.
She would lift her head up after a while. Thanks. Are you
It's
okay,
okay.
Drake? There was a fire whenever I said that I could let you in or whatever.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
Wait, why?
My safe space wasn't very safe.
I don't understand this thing yet, but mine wasn't either, so that helps you feel better in misery. She says trying to joke, but she's not hitting and she just feels so deflated. Cool. Well,
Yeah,
did anybody have any success with Amelia's vision?
Well, Drake was able to pass on what Amelia saw to me. I can fill you in when...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Maybe we should, debrief when we're all a little less tired.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow is a good idea.
Right.
Sure.
After school.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple more days left, so it'll be a little easier after that.
Promise you won't use that while we're gone.
Trust me, I will not use it while you're gone. Probably.
What?
Sorry.
Don't know how you laugh after something like that.
Coping mechanism.
Well, it seems to be working at least. Are you going to be fine staying here by yourself?
I mean, I'm kind of used to it. But, I mean, Darla and Artie, you should probably get back.
Don't mind if I do. I'm ready to just make this day end. She's standing up now and picking the Neurcaster back up and just kind of like handing it over a little aggressively to you.
I told you it might be a little too real.
Yeah.
Artie just nods at everyone and, heading to the window, just gestures to you, Darla. Walk you home.
Funny. And she just follows. See y'all tomorrow. And crawls out the window.
Amelia and Drake, you're left alone.
Do
Oh.
you want to talk about the whole sweating thing?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. My safe space was my parents' room when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Not too dissimilar from you seeing your grandparents' home. But when I was little, there was an accident. There was a power outage, and we had to put candles up everywhere in the house to see. And then I was stupid, and I got too close. I can't remember everything because I was really young, but I remember the heat. I remember the fire, and the walls bubbling, and the wood creaking, and the smell of the smoke. And then I was on fire. And my mom, she came in. She grabbed me. She threw a blanket over me. She snuffed out the fire and then couldn't get out of the house, so she threw me through the window. And then she didn't make it out, so
Oh gosh.
I lost her. My dad and sister were gone, so luckily they were safe, but yeah, I kind of feel like that's why they're always gone. You know, it's my fault. So
No.
I don't want them
No.
to.
No, Drake, that can't be it. That's not. No. There's no fault to be had in those moments. What are you talking about?
It's hard to not blame yourself. I thought I was better. And there was a time with the fire after the plane crash last year, or last month.
Right.
And then Darla and Eli's houses. I guess it's just coming back.
It's a lot, isn't it? Have you ever talked about it before?
I think you're the only one. Other than Dad and Lily. But even for them, it took them a long time to get back.
Right. And they're not home very often, are they?
Yeah, not really.
Drake, you don't have to be alone in all of this.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. Safer for people if I'm alone?
It wasn't your fault. You're not someone that we have to... You don't have to protect us against yourself. You're wonderful. If anything, we're all here because of you. I mean, helping us out of the fire, fighting that dinosaur. There's so many things that are because of you. We don't need protection from you. Drake, in many ways, you are our protector.
Probably just overcompensating.
You deserve so much more. These absent walls, they're just... It's not the room I wanted for you. I guess I just pictured something more for you. I think you deserve that. Is that
It's gonna walk
something
over
you
to
want?
the bed and sit down. Kind of grasp my hands and wring my arms, taking it in, but
I'm sorry, that sounded a little judgmental. I mean, your room is really nice.
don't worry, I didn't think you were judging me.
But
Maybe a little, but not in
Not
the
very
way that's negative.
Right.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
it's just, you deserve a little bit better, you know? It seems like you're taking a lot of blame.
Yeah, I know. I need to forgive myself, or not even forgive myself, just not blame myself.
That's hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
She'll sit down on the bed next to you. Trust me, I get that part at least. Everything feels like it's your fault. At least I thought I could solve mine.
I did too for a minute. With the time travel stuff, I thought about going back.
Ooh, that'd be tempting.
Yeah, after talking to Nico and Artie or Arthur, I realized it wouldn't even be changing anything. It'd be making a new world, a new thing, so
Yeah.
it wasn't worth it.
Are you happy you stayed in this world? Especially after she'll kind of look over at that neurocaster on the ground.
Glad I could help you share this burden.
I mean,
Take
I'm
some of the
glad
weight.
too. You're obviously much stronger than me, so you can handle that.
It
But,
meant psychological weight, not physical.
right. Sometimes I'm not so smart, huh?
You're just very literal. There's nothing wrong with that.
Until there is, right? I'm sorry about all of that. Not that it just happened, but also that you had to see that again.
It's okay.
Is it? Are you really going to sit there after I saw you just go through all that and you're going to tell me that it was okay? I don't know how
mean,
you say something like that.
It wasn't okay, but there was a moment while I was in there. I think because I could hear your voice.
It's
And
loud.
you pulled me back. It is loud. But it broke through.
Yeah.
And it helped me remember that it wasn't real. So the fire stopped hurting me, and even though she wasn't my mom, I had to hold her for a second.
Right. It's good though, right?
Yeah.
I'm worried if you ever put that back on, what you're going to see again.
Me too. I thought about using it with Lily. Because I can't remember what my mom looked like other than the photos we had. And we lost almost all of those in the fire.
Oh,
And I
true.
thought maybe she could remember her and I get to see her again.
Well, that'd be
I don't want her to
beautiful.
have to deal with that. I don't want her to see what I saw that night.
No. And she's going to punch you in the arm again. Apparently, she's got a favorite spot for you. You're doing that again. You're closing off doors. You're giving bare walls. You should at least ask her and then she can decide, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't.
She doesn't
I
what?
mean, how much can you explain to someone and then thinking about it and then actually experiencing it is different?
Well, how hard was it for me to try to prepare you for an apocalyptic future that may or may not happen, right? I described what seemed to be absolutely impossible, a giant dome in the sky and a bug-like creature that stabs the ground. That seems pretty improbable, right? Come on.
Yeah.
We've
right.
gone through,
You're-
we've seen time issues and lapses, and this is not your hurdle. Not a real one. You're making that one up. I'm calling you out on that.
You're right.
I know. She kind of looks back at
I'll let her decide.
I know it's mean. I'm sorry. It's not my place. You get to decide.
No, you're right. Just two in my own head and scared.
That's fair. I'd be scared too. Hell, I'm scared now for you. It looked awful. I didn't even get to see it.
Thanks.
And even Darla didn't like it. And if it scares her, then I definitely don't want to be a part of it. It's your memories that it's drawing upon, right?
Yeah.
Well, not that you can necessarily change your memories, but it's a story around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've always painted yourself essentially as the one at fault, and it's not. I don't know if you'll believe me when I say that, but it really isn't your fault. But I wonder if you start thinking of that story instead. Maybe when you take Lily through this, it could be really nice. But only if you believe a different story.
Can try.
I don't know. I'm just making things up. What do I do but read books all day, right?
Great. I'm trusting you. Nah, just,
Don't
kidding.
put that on me. I'm just
kidding,
guessing.
I'm kidding, I'm
That's like a
kidding.
magic little tech thing, and until Nico has a chance to take it apart, I have no idea what I'm doing. Ugh.
Yeah, maybe I should wait till Nico gets back before I try to subject Lily to anything.
That's probably a good idea. She's in town at least for the holidays, right?
That's what she says. Well, we'll see how that goes.
We've got time then.
Yeah.
As you say this, Drake, your eyes flick across to your bedside table where the picture of Dorian Gray sits, but also your bedside clock. And as you speak of time, you see that it is past midnight.
It's pretty late.
Oh,
if you
no,
want,
I need to go. No. It's fine. It's fine.
you can stay here if you want. It's pretty
No.
late.
I mean, I know we're putting on quite a show, but
No,
I
but
really don't want to give
I
your
can
sister
sleep on the
that much
couch.
ammunition.
I can sleep on the couch. It's fine.
It's
Um,
fine. I'll go out through the window. It's not like it's that hard. Maybe it
I
is
mean,
that hard. I don't know. Can I actually just go out through the front door?
Yeah, you can go to the front door. but
Okay, that's
just-
a better choice for me.
Do you want me to walk you home? I don't know if you should
It's
walk
fine.
home with the Logans out at this
It's
time of night.
fine. I should have gotten Darla to bring a bike. Oh, she doesn't even have a bike anymore. Oh no. I'm glad I didn't ask for that. I'm going to walk. It's fine. It's not very far. Plus, I have to get used to walking because I'm going to have to start delivering all of my newspapers on foot. Unless you want to join me tomorrow morning.
I could maybe call Lana. She could drive you home.
Yeah, sure. That's a great idea. I love that idea.
Okay, if you want, I'll go call her.
And as you go to make arrangements for Amelia's ride home, awaking a very grumpy Lana. Amelia, you are brought to mind as you watch this poor, tortured, but immensely brave soul moving around his space, quietly whispering into this receiver, from which you can hear a much louder voice muffling through. You remember a line from the picture of Dorian Gray that you underlined many, many times before giving to Drake. And it is simply this: behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. That is where we're going to end this week's session.